Hey guys, Coolbrick here with a tutorial video which I haven't done in a while. I was asked to do a tutorial on my Star Wars MiniMOC, the ARC-170 fighter. Somebody posted a comment on the video showcasing this and one other Star Wars MiniMOC to do a tutorial on this build. So hopefully this will not take too long. It's an extremely fragile and convoluted build, but I think I'll just go through it quickly, show how to do, everything, and show like one side, and be like, oh yeah, you're gonna repeat this, because I really don't want to take up much time, because I know that this has way more parts in it than meet the eye, and it's really, really complicated. So without further ado, I will get on to the tutorial. Alright, so the first thing I'm going to talk about quickly is the stand. I just made it out of a few transparent elements. You can see I just use a large dish on the bottom and one of these clear bar sort of pieces, and just a few different elements in the middle to one, make this bar piece go vertically, and to kind of just maximize the stability of the model when it's on the stand. And the one important thing is, no matter what kind of stand you make, it's imperative that what you have at the tip of the stand is you need an axle receptacle. So one of those things with the, I can get this in the shot, with the little cross, because in the build you'll see there's a little bar that sticks out of the bottom of the fighter, and that's going to go right into the axle receptacle. So that's imperative that you have that no matter how you do the stand. So yeah, now I'll actually show how to make the fighter. Alright, so for viewership purposes and time constraints, because I don't want to spend forever and you guys don't want to spend forever, I'm just going to kind of show different parts of the build, and I'm going to show it in detail so you can definitely see all the parts I used and how I used them, and you'll definitely have opportunities to pause the video and look more closely. But I will definitely go into enough detail, but I'm not going to take everything apart because that would just be overkill, and I don't even remember, or I don't even know if I would remember how to put this thing back together. So this is the front part of the chassis, or of the middle section of the craft. So I did this with two main parts. The first is this, and as you can see, you'll need two of these plate with a cheese slope on it, and you also need some modified bricks. So you'll need this one in here is a modified 1x1 white brick with a stud on only two sides. This one up here is one with studs on four sides. You're also going to need a headlight brick, a 3-length bar, 4 1x1 white plates, as you can see them in here, a dark red 1x1 tile, and you're going to need one of these elements. Hopefully you have it in dark green, but if not, you can always use it in white, it'll be fine. Same with this element. If you don't have it in dark green, just use one in white. And I think throughout the entire build you only need one of these trans black cheese wedges. And so hopefully you guys saw how everything is assembled on this part. And the last part of this is you just put on a dark red 1x2 tile and a white 1x2 tile. And the way that you're going to put those on is, because they have no anti-studs, no actual anti-studs on the bottom, you can just kind of attach these where you like and at whatever angle you like. So I just have it run down until it meets up with the other dark red element, and then the white one will just go on so that it's adjacent to the dark red one, but it'll be at a slightly shallower angle. So that takes care of the front part of the middle section. And the rear part is going to be done like this. You're going to take a 1x1 modified brick with one stud. You're going to take a headlight brick, put it on top, and then you're going to take a trans black 1x1 tile and put that onto the headlight brick. Or you can just take a white tile if you don't have these, because they're kind of rare. All it means is that the second section of the cockpit is going to be missing, but it'll still look complete if you just put white tiles instead. So you're going to make that assembly, then you're going to make this assembly, which is another modified 1x1 brick with one stud. You're going to take one of these modified plates with a C-clip, and then you're going to take a 1x1 plate and another trans black tile. You're going to put a minifig pistol into the clip. Then you're going to take the two of these and attach them like so. You can kind of see how this makes part of the cockpit. And then you're going to take the two sections and attach those like so. There we go. Alright, so that is the middle section. So now I'm going to go over the back, which is a lot more complicated. Okay, so I partially disassembled the rear of the craft, and I'm going to show how that is built. So before we get into these nitty-gritty things, first thing I'm going to show is that everything is based off of this 2x3 white plate. So first you're going to need one of those, and you're going to get some cheese slopes. So for this back section you're going to need 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then you're also going to need a 1x3 white tile and a 1x1 white tile. And hopefully you have these icicle elements. But if you do not have them, you can just leave them as white 1x1 plates. And that works too. You just will be missing this detail on the top, but that's okay. It's not super important. Then in here, you're going to have a white 1x2 plate, one on the other side as well. And then underneath this 1x1 tile that I mentioned earlier, you're going to put another 1x1 plate with a C-clip and a 1x1 plate. And then, so all of that is going to rest on the 2x3 plate as seen. I'll do this so you guys can get a good look. And also turn it this way so you can get a good look. And I'll turn it this way so you guys can see this angle as well. Okay, so now I'm going to talk about the wings, which are probably the most fragile part of the entire thing. So first is you're going to need, per set of wings, let me think, 3 of these 1x1 plates with the C-clip. So you're going to need 1, 2, and 3, and then 3 for there, and then, yeah. So you're going to need 3, and then you're going to need this stud. You're going to get one of these 1x2 bar pieces, and you are going to attach it like so, and you're going to put a 1x2 towel on that, and then you're going to take your other clip and put it so that it's underneath the first one we just used, and it's going to be perpendicular. And then you're going to put a white stud on the bottom of that. Then we're going to turn it sideways. So now we're going to, so this is what you should have so far, and then we're going to add this part to it. So the way that I did this was I took a 1x2 modified plate with the bar, and I took one of these minifig, I don't know what they're called, but they usually go under a minifig's neck, and it's good for like holding a, it's like, looks like one of those orange vest sort of things. They usually come in orange or dark bluish gray. I had a couple of black. They're kind of small bracket piece, and you just attach it like so. You're going to need 2 per wing. One of them you're going to put one of these what I call toilet bowl pieces. Hopefully you have them. And I just put a 1x1 round tile in there for the engine detail. Then you're going to put a 1x1 plate underneath. Then you're going to put a 1x4 plate underneath. 1x1 tile up there. 1x1 plate down here. Dark red 1x1 tile. Dark red cheese slope. Then you're going to put a dark red 1x2 plate underneath the 1x4. And turning this around, I used another one of these brackets, and then a 4-length bar with just a cone on the end of it, and that goes all the way until you can see the end of the bar through the bottom of the cone, and that just attaches to the bracket. So then we're going to take this whole assembly, And do remember that for the other side, you're going to have to make it the opposite direction. So make sure you keep that in mind. It's not going to be an identical build. We're going to take the assembly that we already made, which is this, and we're going to turn it so that it looks like this. And you're going to take the bar and just clip it on like that. And did I do this wrong? It goes this way. So it's going to go on upside down. So the anti-studs are going to go like that. And so once you've done that, then we're going to make this part, which is very simple. You're going to take another one of these 1x2 bar modified plates with bar, put a 1x2 towel on it, and you're going to take another one of those clips, and then take one of these half pins, stick it into the bottom of a 1x1 brick, and put a cheese slope on the top of that brick. And when you attach this, you're going to make the cheese slope angled like so. Then we're going to take that, and these do not attach to each other. These are going to go on separately to the back. So as you can see, I already have one side on. So the one that we just made, that is going to go on like this, just right there. And your cheese slope should face inwards. You want to angle that up. Then we're going to take this assembly that we made, and that is going to go on right there. And the last part is we're going to take a 1x1 brick, again put a half length pin and put a cheese slope on that. So now we should have this, and you're going to attach this to the bottom right here. And the cheese slope should face upwards. So it should all kind of focus onto the center of that 2x3 plate. And then once you've done that, you're going to take the middle section, and that one stud on there is just going to go right back into that one stud receptacle. And the minifig gun should fit as long as you put it in straight, and it'll fit right into that little compartment right there. And then once you've done that, you can just angle the wings how you would like. And these wings can fold up like that, or you can put them out in the X-wing sort of fashion. And since you have that 3-length bar down there, we can attach it onto the stand just by sliding it into that axle receptacle. So I know this was really long, but I did it as quickly as possible so that you guys would still be able to understand how I put this thing together. So if you have any further questions, please do not hesitate to put them in the comments down below. You know what? I just realized something right now that I failed to mention. This piece in the front, I can't believe I almost ended the video. I said that this was a 1x1 brick with 2 studs, but I was wrong. I lied. It's actually 4 studs. And the other thing is that will go into the inner tube of this part right here. It's not going to go into one of the normal stud receptacles. It's going to go right onto that little tube. Because then you can see it lines up with that. Sorry about the last minute thing, but I just remembered, I realized that it wouldn't have been possible to have done that if that was just a two studded brick. And same thing over here, attach it to the middle tube in there, because that way everything will line up properly. And there we go. Sorry about that. Almost ended the video with inadequate instructions. So, well, there you have it. That is the build. Hopefully you guys are able to find the pieces to make this MOC or something similar. And I hope you guys also found this useful and enjoyable to watch. And as always, thanks for watching, and don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe.